Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of The Outer Worlds. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off. We are currently in the geothermal plant ready to make a very big decision, and some consequences are surely to stem from that. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so I actually spent quite a bit of time looking around for stuff because I actually delayed this whole section of the game here because I was looking for like a happy middle ground of how to deal with the geothermal plant and who I was going to reroute power to until I figured out that you kind of just have to make a decision one way or the other. So we're going to go in here and see if we can make our decision. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I think I know what I'm going to do. So I personally feel like what we want to do, I think in this case, is I think we're, as much as I fucking hate Reed, I think we're actually going to redistribute the power to him. While I will feel really bad about Adelaide and the rest of her people, there are way more people in Edgewater. So if we take power away from Edgewater, I think more people will die. So we'll see that. And I think there, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe there is maybe some dialogue choices in there to where we can make it even a little bit of a more positive outcome, but we'll have to kind of just dive into it and see if I can figure it out when we get there. But, oh, this is tough. Alright, here we go. Sorry, Botanical Lab. What is this? Emerald Veil, Brain. Safety failures detected, high likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Wow, I didn't get any of this the first time I did this. I think I made it, like, must have been like a bug or something. Yeah, what? They didn't give me any of these options the first time. Clearly the first one was like just straight up like bugged. Alright. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Please select a destination. Alright, to Edgewater. Okay. Now we get to go to live with live with the consequences of our actions. Looks like the quest is leading us to Adelaide. We get to break her the bad news. I do feel bad. I think Adelaide and her people are definitely good people, and don't think they deserve to be thrown to the wolves, so to speak. So hopefully we can convince them to at least go to Edgewater and live there. Even if it Reed is like, what the hell is this thing? A leather boa? What? I don't think I've literally ever seen this. It's a fucking boa constrictor, but it's a little fat. What? I don't think I've ever seen one of those before in this game. Alright, whatever. Total side tangent. Hopefully we can convince Adelaide to join Edgewater, and maybe we'll have a little bit more of a positive outcome. So at least they will all survive, even if under the terrible leadership of Reed. Got more important things to deal with right now. Like, oh god. Oh god, it's Adelaide. She looks pissed.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it?
Sorry, Adelaide. I didn't want to. Oh man, all these answers suck too. Oh god, do we say that like we're interested in Reed? Do we say we need the power regulator? You know what? I'd almost say it's better to just say I want the power regulator than it is to back up Reed.
You killed my garden, destroyed my community, sentenced my flock to a lifetime of slavery in Edgewater for a power regulator. Well, shit, I wish it was personal. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management.
Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna talk to Reed.
You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls together.
That's right! I forgot! We didn't get Reed to leave! Yeah, fuck Reed!
Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses.
Huh?
I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker,
What?
don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
That's the cure? They're just grinding up corpses? Oh god. That's a gruesome cure.
I know.
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault the power's dead.
I've got a data pad.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
The last one, buddy.
The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals. That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati, I swear, I'll do you proud.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
Aww.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Electrocharged surface? Interesting. By the way, guys, I am so sorry. This is like my second mistake in this week. Is crazy. The audio probably sounded a little bit off in the beginning of this. I forgot to, bring my mic right in front of my face. This fucking thing right here, the thing that actually captures my voice. Decided not to move it. Don't know why. Probably because I'm still waking up in the morning. Anyways, silly mistake. And, should be okay the rest of the video. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, Thomas, item number 2. You're gonna die unless you go to Edgewater.
I've been thinking about going back. I'm not much use to anybody here. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I can't do that again.
Yeah, fuck the cannery. Be an engineer, dude.
You know something? I think you're right. The town could use another engineer, and I'm on my way to becoming one. I could do a lot of good in Edgewater. Maybe even keep a garage of my own with a little workbench and my very own toolbox. It's
Sounds
just...
like Parvati space.
Adelaide's never gonna forgive me. Not in 100 years. I go crawling back to my old life in Edgewater, and I'm as good as dead to her.
Not if we convince her to come.
You know where to find me.
Interesting. That is interesting.
I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Grace.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Don't worry, Grace. I've got a plan.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Okay. We talked to all of them. Not gonna worry about Adelaide. What is this, Reed Thompson? Yeah, we gotta figure out what the hell's going on with Reed. But first, I'm gonna go turn into iRobot before I start finishing this up. So we're gonna go talk to Ludwig, the crazy old man who wants his logic module. I don't even remember why he wants a logic module.
Never seen the Vale lit up like this before. Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, well, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile.
A shock stick and money.
So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Thanks, Ludwig. You are a crazy old man, but at least you're nice. And I think that is all quests completed. Nice. Okay. So now we need to go talk to Reed, and we need to convince his dumbass to leave this town. I couldn't care less about Reed. I don't think he's necessarily like an evil person, but he is kind of an idiot. And I don't think he deserves to be in the chair of the big kahuna. So we're gonna convince this guy to step down. You know what? I do like that elevator music, not gonna lie. Alright, Reed, we need to talk.
Day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water.
Yeah, don't get too
I
excited.
trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts?
Well, about that. I want Adelaide here and you gone.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes, but I have done my best for this town.
Oh, man. I feel like these are some good options here. This is like kind of whatever, but this is like proof, you know?
I am not without compassion for Abernathy's predicament, but the plague has taken a hard toll on us all. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
They'll just straight up kill him. That's right.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
Yeah, shut up with that shit.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna.
That's the problem.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible.
Well,
The
she's got to
soil's
figure it
gone
out.
sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
Ooh.
You'll excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
With Spacer's Choice property. Ooh, wait. Interesting. I'm assuming I could just tell him the truth. I get a little bit of XP if I lie. I think this is like your get out of jail free card. This is what you do if you actually know what's happening.
Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? Come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. So Adelaide wants me gone. Trade my life for the life of the town. You understand what she's doing. If I leave town, I'm as good as dead. If I stay, Edgewater will die of attrition. Adelaide has discovered some secret cure for the plague, and she is holding my town ransom.
Well, it's time to make a decision, Reed.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me. I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Well, as much as we can say we don't like Reed, he is doing the right thing for his people. And that's about as much as you can ask for from your town's mayor. Good for him. Do I think he deserves to die? Nah. I think he's an idiot. I don't think he deserves to die. Oh well. Well, let's go back to the botanical lab and give Adelaide the news. Tell her she's gonna be running this town.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
Reed's leaving.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward.
Adelaide's watch?
You're telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Hey, and we got a level 8. Well, I don't really know, like... I mean, if you think about it just lore-wise, how long can those bodies really last? You know what I mean? Before they run out of bodies, even. Because eventually they're going to hit a point where the bodies are being all used up faster than they're being made, so to speak. So I wonder how long that will last. Certainly will be a better solution than what they're doing now, but it is definitely an interesting thought. Alright, well, we leveled up. Let's see here. So we got tech is up. Dialogue is actually doing pretty dang good. I think I'm gonna do maybe just 1 point into that so that I can get the bonus there from that. The cower duration plus 7 seconds. Don't know that that's really even that important, honestly, but we'll take it. I think I'm also gonna do some in ranged so that I can get this moved up here. And then I think we're gonna start moving into long gun territory. That does sound really, really nice. Long gun critical hits ignore 100% armor. I mean, that's gonna be just absolutely insane when we get that. Let's see what else we've got here. You know, I may actually just throw in The rat. Well, I also have engineering to worry about here too. That'll be also kind of important to deal with. Oh, the engineering skill reduces the armor parts and weapon parts needed to repair your equipment. So just flat out. That's actually kind of nice. Alright, I think we're actually gonna throw it all into dialogue here. I'm gonna keep putting points into dialogue until Persuade hits the soft cap of 50. And then from there, I think I'm gonna start individually picking these things out. Yeah, I think we're happy with this. Alright, let's go to perks. We get another perk here. We got high maintenance, we got the carrying capacity. What is this? 50% XP from companion kills. Interesting. Okay. The ability to fast travel when encumbered. That's actually kind of nice. Ammo stock on vendors. That's stupid. I'll never use it. 5 base armor. That's kind of nice. 5 damage per flaw actually is quite interesting if I can find other flaws. 25% science weapon magazine size. That's actually like really nice. Ooh, 15% companion crit chance. That's also kind of nice. Oh, that's right. But then we got these things too. Yeah, I think we're going to go with the walk speed. I think that's going to be so useful for just general combat. Oh my god, look how much faster that is.
Adelaide's okay.
That is so much faster. Does it work with crouching too? Actually, I can't tell. I can't tell if it's actually faster or not. There's like a placebo effect in my head right now where it kind of feels like it is, but at the same time it feels like it's not. I don't know, whatever. It's the walk speed by itself is enough value. Okay. So, wait, what am I doing now? Stranger in a strange land. Return to the unreliable. Oh, duh. I gotta power up the ship.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Absolutely, Parvati.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
She's so freaking funny, man. Hey, there he is.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
You got it, buddy.
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts? Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it. They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me. The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms, the grand plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
Of course.
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction. I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated. What about you? What's your story?
Oh, man. I mean, as far as I know in the game, like, I don't know. I was literally just a colonist.
And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
We had family, dude.
Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
Wait, what?
I could spend out. So,
Is he asking me to do something?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him. That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures. I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Okay.
Thank you, Captain.
This guy's, he's got some skills.
Wow.
Ooh, a light assault rifle that we don't care about. Yay. Okay, so what is going on? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be able to put stuff in these lockers. But it's like, nah, you don't need it. It's kind of frustrating. Alright, let's break some stuff down. We know ooh, a shot. Ooh, it's a legendary melee weapon. Neat. Okay. Oh, it's like the legendary version of the stun baton. That's kind of cool. Oh, we gotta keep that. Ooh. Oh, none of this is like at all exciting. Okay. Dang, man. That's crazy. I still think it's funny that we have the old reliable. You know what? I should upgrade it though for Parvati, because she's the one holding that right now. I could upgrade her hammer too, just like a couple times, you know? Make it a little bit more powerful. Why not? Seems like a great idea. Do I have to? I don't think I have to repair her weapons though, right? That would be kind of insane if I did. Okay, well, aside from these lockers, like, not wanting to work, which is really irritating.
Captain,
I think we're looking pretty good.
I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Oh yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
It only goes in one way. Circular object plus circular hole plus jam it the fuck in. Hey. And we're mobile.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
I think we've got everything we need. Let's get out of here. There we go, first flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Huh.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do we need a nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Ooh.
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits, first-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
That sounds like some Ratchet and Clank shit.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Neat. Okay. So... Edgewater landing pad? Wait, have we not left yet? Weapon parts? Oh, I can transfer things to the lockers now. Cool, okay. So I guess we just needed to... Wait, what? We are not on the landing pad. It is kind of a beautiful looking planet though. It almost looks like Earth. God, space is so cool. You know one thing? I wish that I could live long enough to the point where we had like actual effective space travel. Like full control. I mean, like, let's take a spaceship to Mars and like land there and walk around, or like even to like another solar system. I think that would just be freaking awesome, man. The world is limitless off Earth. The possibilities are endless. The amount of things that we could find out there if we could just effectively navigate space and do it safely. God, that would be so cool. But it's not going to be in my lifetime. Probably won't even be in my kid's lifetime. That's one thing in the future that I wish I didn't have to miss out on. So cool, man. Just the idea of traveling in space and just seeing the unknown and the vast variety of things that are out there. I mean, just, you could run into anything. And that's so cool. Ah, wait. So the holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions to give you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise will, I'm assuming that's a typo. Otherwise will result in being attacked on sight. It seems like a typo, whatever. Maybe it's not. Sentry Saber, that's just gonna go straight into the fucking garbage bin. Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Ooh! Wait, messages for Alex Hawthorne. For Hawthorne A, unread. From U Bedford. Who's this guy? Udom Wingman's Wingman Bedford. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, steel. It's not exactly board approved, so don't you go showing it around to your space buddies. I hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Okay, I wonder who he's talking about. Interesting. A shrink ray? Captain's notes. SW001 shrink ray. Note to self. Remember this later. No better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my paint. I saw in actuality with my own two eyes a sublimely powerful weapon in Wells' lab, just sitting there for the taking. If the gray hair were to look away or forget about it, maybe, or if I had asked a smidgen more nicely. He called it a shrink ray, but wouldn't let me test that claim after I lost my temper. Said he was inspired to create the thing by the achievements of other scientists who dared to push the boundaries of human knowledge and decency laws. I had heard rumors of a fantastical weapon like this one, weapons that push the boundaries of the mind and science's cutting edge, but I figured they were just stories, to be honest. Laying eyes on Wells' shrink ray firsthand is enough to make a fella wonder if there's more to the rumors, more to be had. Interesting. What is this? Captain's note number 2, hammer power. The last time I got sloshed, was imbibing at the last hope on the Groundbreaker. Look, Udon was really free with the drinks. He seems like an okay fellow. I shamelessly but subtly eavesdropped on 2 Mardettes, hammering on about a mad scientist some years back who claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like, none of us have heard that one before, but here is the good part. The Mardettes said the mad scientist kept yelling about the hammer's power or something similar. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat? Sure fits the bill. Could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Interesting. Oops. Wrong one. Captain's note number 3. Black market leads. Why won't Wells just give the shrink ray to me? Blast him to the depths of the labyrinth on Tartarus and back. Let the record show I did apologize for shouting him down 5 times, but Architect be damned, it's just sitting there, neglected and gathering dust. I should have commandeered it and thanked him without asking permission or breaking expensive equipment when he said it wasn't ready yet, and that even if it were, he couldn't entrust it to someone like me. What does that even mean, I asked? That I'm not trustworthy enough? That I'd use it to wipe out the good, hardworking folks of the colony, like some sort of moralist psycho? I'll admit to maintaining some questionable associations, but I follow a strict code of me, myself, and mine. What's not to respect in that? Exactly. Now I have to wait until Wells forgets or thinks he misplaced it. In the meanwhile, I have been tracking down additional rumors pertaining to others of these science weapons throughout Halcyon. If gossip holds true, my next step will be to check with the black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and in Fallbrook. Interesting. So I think this is the game trying to tell us about like hidden science weapons. So we got the shrink ray, which is with Wells. Interesting. Okay, then there's some crazy hammer on the Groundbreaker, most likely. And then there's... Let's see. Maybe is he still talking about the shrink ray? Huh. So so it looks like we need to look for black market merchants on the Groundbreaker and then eventually in a town called Fallbrook. Huh. Ah, look at that. Yep. There's some stuff there. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to start putting away some of these because I definitely do not need this many of all these things. I think I'm just going to carry 2. A maximum of 2 of one type of mod. And that will save me quite a bit of space, I think. I can also do that with food as well, actually. Can I just put all the apples in there? And it does give me some space. And then I can put my armors in there. The ones I'm going to keep. And then I can put my legendary weapons in there. The ones I'm going to keep as well. Nice. Cool. Well, that's actually really nice having that. Where is that? That goes back up to the quarters. Okay, cool. Well, I think we're getting ready to move on to our next destination then. I think I'm going to call it for here for this episode. We'll kick off the next episode as we land on the Groundbreaker and we begin our next adventure. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace. Anyways, guys, I think that's what we're going to call it for this episode. This one's probably a little bit shorter than some of the other ones, but we're going to pick up where we left off, where we land on the Groundbreaker, and we continue our adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below of your favorite parts or your own favorite sections of the game if you've played this before, or share your excitement in the upcoming game Avowed, which I will be covering as soon as it comes out. Very excited about that. Anyways, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.